The Pledge of Allegiance originates from the Youth Companion Campaign in 1890. Flags were placed in schools, and an official salute was established in order to promote patriotism in schools. The 400th anniversary of Columbus Day marked the first time students all over the country recited the pledge. The first line of the pledge is, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America," meaning to be honest and obey our country. The next line, "and to the republic for which it stands," means the United States is a government created by the citizens, for the people, and for which it stands refers to the flag that is the symbol of our country. One nation, under God, indivisible, means that the United States is one country and cannot be divided. In 1954, under God was added to the pledge to show that we are an anti-communist country. With liberty and justice for all shows that our country values having a balance of freedom and equality for everyone in the United States. Now please rise as we pledge our loyalty to continue to unite ourselves as a country as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with the glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee. the sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Dr. Culp and Tiffany. Ranked third in her class with a solid 4.54 GPA, Tiffany Payne has not only demonstrated excellence academically, but she has also shown her commitment to extracurricular activities, both inside and outside of school. Tiffany serves as the treasurer for the National Honor Society, and over the course of her high school career, Tiffany has served as captain of the Southland girls cross country team, as well as participating on the girls bowling and track teams, Interact, and Model UN. Tiffany's athletic prowess earned her the title of Athlete of the Year and MVP of the track team. In spite of her busy schedule, Tiffany still finds time to volunteer at the Richland Park Public Library and Food Pantry. Tiffany will be attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign to study kinesiology with plans of a career in physical therapy. Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement for the Southland College Prep Charter High School Class of 2018. My name is Homer Thomas. I am the athletic director, and it is my honor and privilege to serve over this commencement on behalf of the Board of Education, CEO Dr. Blondine Y. Davis, the administration, and staff of Southland College Prep Charter High School. Now, please join me in recognizing the faculty and staff who have fostered the education of these graduates. Faculty and staff who are here today, would you please stand? Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the class of 2018 salutatorian, Dimitri Lucas, who will deliver the welcome address. Dimitri has a 4.59 GPA and ranked second in the class of 2018. A member of Southland's National Honor Society chapter, Dimitri has been an honor student throughout his career, earning CEO straight A honors in 2014 and 2016. As a member of National Honor Society, Dimitri has participated also in the Model UN, and he has been captain of the cross-country team and a member of the basketball team. Dimitri is also active in volunteering. He volunteers at the Richland Park Public Library. He's also a volunteer and active at his church, the House of Prayer Ministries by Faith in Park Forest, where he has taught Vacation Bible School, hosted a block party for the community, and also works as the sound engineer for the church. Dimitri has been offered more than $750,000 in merit-based scholarships. Among them, being awarded the Ron Edmonds Scholarship by the Superintendent's Commission for the Study of Demographics and Diversity. Dimitri will attend Hofstra University, majoring in biology or chemistry, with plans of a career as an anesthesiologist or radiologist. Please welcome Dimitri Lucas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot of people could not have made it this far, but you all did. We made it through Southland. No matter how hard the journey has gotten along the way, we pushed through and persevered all of the trials and tribulations that accompany attending such a demanding school. And we get to be in this present moment and look back at how hard we grinded and how much work we put in during those 4 years. And we get to say the sweet words, I did. Good evening, parents, teachers, staff, faculty, administrators, Dr. Davis, and the class of 2018. Yeah, give it up, give it up. I would first like to say what an honor it is that I have the opportunity to come before the graduating class of 2018 and address you all. But before I get started with my message, I would like to take this time to acknowledge the parents. This is not just a graduation for the students, but it is also for the parents, because you all have endured the struggles of Southland just as much as we have. Swing this back here real quick. Not only have you endured it, but you never left our sides throughout these 4 years. I know that when I am in the heat of the moment and stress is coming at me from all sides, or when the workload is just getting a little too heavy, it may seem as if I don't appreciate or am not grateful for what you all are doing for me. So I just want to say that I do notice everything you guys do for me, and I thank you for all the nonstop love that you have given me. There's nothing like the love that your parents have for you, but more specifically, the love that your mother has for you. Now, don't get me wrong, my father has played an enormously important role in my life, and it takes a real man to raise a real man, and I am a real young man because of you, Pops, so I thank you for that. But it's just something about the mothers. There's something about knowing that your mom is in your corner rooting you on. And Mom, you have loved and supported me throughout all of my endeavors, without hesitation or a second thought, and I thank you for that. I'm the youngest in my household, so the nickname my mother has for me is Baby Boy. And I think you fear that as I'm getting older and moving on to another chapter in my life, that I won't be your baby boy anymore. Age truly isn't nothing but a number in this situation, and no matter how old I get, where I live at, and the distance between us, I will never stop being your baby boy. So Mom and Dad, I love you guys with all my heart, and let's give a round of applause to all the parents present because you truly deserve it. Now, class of 2018. Where do I begin? I can begin by saying that this is not the end, but just the beginning of another season. We have all definitely changed from freshman year. We are now young adults. And we must begin to conduct ourselves in that manner. People are so quick to say that they are grown, but they are so slow to act like it. Let me say that one more time, right? People are so quick to say that they are grown, but they are so slow to act like it. And we are now at a point in our lives where we truly are adults, and therefore must conduct ourselves as such. As we move on in the world, it will take maturity to overcome the obstacles we are sure to face. And honestly, some of these obstacles will make you feel like giving up. However, don't allow the difficulties and resistance you will face from other people and challenges to stop you from achieving your greatness. This reminds me of a famous quote by Robert Schuller. When you are going through hell, don't stop, because heaven is just on the other side. And I cannot wait until we all cross paths again and get to share the numerous successes we have all encountered. But in order to achieve this greatness, we must stay motivated, hopeful, determined, and diligent. So class of 2018, I encourage you that when you feel like you have given all that you could and then have nothing left to give, keep fighting and pushing, because the success you are wishing and yearning for is just around the corner. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Dimitri. We will now have a selection from the Southland High School Legacy Choir under the direction of Dr. Sterling Culp. is now my pleasure to introduce the Southland Ambassador Concert Band with a musical selection. Lawrence and the band.
Please welcome our 2018 Southland College Prep Charter High School Commencement Speaker, Ms. Cheryl L. Hyman.
Thank you for the warm welcome and introduction, Elena. You are amazing. All of you are truly amazing. And Dr. Davis, all I can say is you are remarkable. And you have truly created something magical here. You are remarkable. To the faculty and staff of Southland Prep High, I appreciate your unwavering commitment and dedication to the students, family, and the community. There's an old adage that says, it takes a village to raise a child, and there is no better proof of this at work than in this school community. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't give a special shout out to my friend and former colleague, Ron Anderson. Many of you may not know that Ron was my first ever chief of staff. So I feel incredibly proud to have witnessed the success he and his team have been able to achieve under Dr. Davis's leadership. Congratulations, my friend. I can't wait to see what you and this great community will accomplish next. Now back to the most important people in attendance today. All of you, the incredibly talented class of 2018. It is a privilege to be a small part of your day, to be here with you, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. Now, since we only have a few minutes together, I will get right to the point. One of the great lessons I've learned in life is the importance of understanding the audience you're speaking to beforehand. As I prepared my remarks for today, I thought about your holiday musical that I attended recently and how I witnessed firsthand what you can achieve individually and collectively. You are smart, you're talented, you're fearless, you're purposeful. You all are the future game changers. Now take a moment and let that sink in, because that's the legacy you leave at Southland Prep. And to that, I say, well done. So since I know you understand the importance of a quality education and you've been educated at one of the best academic institutions, my time today won't be spent discussing education. Instead, I'd like to share some life principles that I hope will be helpful to you on your journey. As the years progress, you will make the transition to adulthood. You will experience a series of firsts. First time having to pay your own bills. First time interviewing for a full-time job. And hopefully you haven't had this first yet, but the first time you really think you've fallen in love with the one. Now, some experiences will be overwhelmingly positive, while others will leave you feeling vulnerable, filled with self-doubt, and grappling with lots of unanswered questions. Embrace it all. Now, indulge me for a few minutes while I share a little bit about my life to help you understand the perspective that I'm sharing with you today. My teenage years served up a healthy dose of challenges. While growing up in Henry Horner projects on the west side of Chicago, both my parents suffered with substance abuse. But through the grace of God, both survived and are doing well now, but not before it took a toll on our family. I dropped out of high school and eventually found myself living on the streets with little hope for the future. And after watching many of my friends die or end up in jail, I knew my future would be no different. And the only path to a better life was that of a quality education. So I landed a job at KFC, got my first studio apartment, and went back to school to get my high school diploma. But I kept thinking to myself, this can't be it. I want more for my life. I'm better than this. I want a real job. So filled with determination, hope, and passion for technology, I signed up for a 6-month trade school that promised to harness all my passion and lead me towards a career in computers. Now I thought, this is it. Who needs 4 years of college when I can do it in 6 months? Spoiler alert, it didn't work. I was no more prepared than when I went in. After 6 months, I walked away with a handful of useless certificates, no job offers, and was $2,500 in debt. Now, back in the day, that was like a ball and chain because I was only making $3.35 an hour at KFC. But I'd learned an invaluable life lesson that sometimes what you think is a shortcut ends up putting you further behind and costing you more. Shortcuts can be very short-sighted. But despite this early setback in my journey, I refused to give up on my passion for computer science and programming and knew that I wanted to attend the Illinois Institute of Technology. But I didn't have a lot of support. I was told things like, girl, forget it. Have you lost your mind? You won't get in. It's too expensive, and it's one of the best schools for computer science. And besides, you're a high school dropout from the west side of Chicago. But I was determined to not let their expectations define my story. So I reached out to my grandmother, who was loving enough to take me in, and knowing that I wasn't yet academically or financially prepared to attend a 4-year institution, she encouraged me to enroll at Olive Harvey Community College. And while going to school full-time, I worked every job I could find. And with hard work and perseverance, after earning my associate's degree, I not only attended IIT, but I graduated with honors, earning a bachelor's of science in computer science. Yeah, that's right, this high school dropout from the west side. Thank you. I later went on to earn a master's degree and eventually an MBA. Now, these academic achievements and lots of hard work enabled me to become a vice president at a Fortune 500 company, later the chancellor of City Colleges of Chicago, the same school that gave me my start, and now the author of a new book published by Harvard Education Press. So why do I tell you my story? Because I want you to understand that regardless of your financial means, and despite the wonderful support system you currently have around you, there will come a time when the buck stops solely with you. Good things and bad things will happen to you in life, and your ability to survive and thrive depends on how you perceive and react to these moments. The great news is that everything you need to be successful is already inside of you. Your school community and your families have armed you with determination, resilience, and perseverance. So in those moments when things aren't going great for you, do not give in. Your circumstances do not dictate your destiny. Now, a very wise person once told me a story about a farmer and a donkey that has stuck with me my whole life. So one day, a farmer's donkey fell down into a well. The animal cried for hours as the farmer tried to figure out what to do. Finally, he decided the animal was old and the well needed to be covered up anyway. So it just wasn't worth it to retrieve the donkey. So he invited all his neighbors to come over to help him. They all grabbed shovels and they began to shovel dirt into the well. At first, the donkey realized what was happening and he started crying louder. He started crying horribly. Then, to everyone's amazement, he quieted down. A few shovel loads later, the farmer finally looked down the well. He was astonished at what he saw. With each shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey did something that was amazing. He would shake it off and take a step up. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shovel dirt on top of the animal, shake it off and take a step up. Pretty soon, everyone was amazed as the donkey stepped up over the edge of the well. Now, he was a bit dirty and a little exhausted, but he happily trotted off. Now, the moral of the story is that life is going to shovel dirt on you, all kinds of dirt. The trick to getting out of the well is to and take a step up. Overcoming obstacles demands grit, it demands fortitude, it demands fearlessness. And each of our troubles is a stepping stone. We can get out of the deepest wells just by not stopping and never giving up. Embrace what frustrates you, what makes you want to scream and anger you, because in the mess lies the message. In the chaos is your place of purpose, your sweet spot, where you will have the greatest impact. So today I encourage you, no, I implore you to always believe bigger. So you say, Miss Hyman, how can I believe bigger? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have 6 lessons. First, I want you every day to fight like your life depends on it. Refuse to take no for an answer, and when you find yourself down, take a deep breath and believe bigger. Second, challenge the limiting beliefs that hold you back. Get in control of what you believe. Make sure your worst enemy is not living between your 2 ears. You have to stop yourself from stopping yourself and choose actions that are in your own best interest. Third, choose your circle carefully. It is not about how many people you know, but what company you keep. Your inner circle should be filled with people with their own testimony. They should be able to share with you how they have come out on the other side of trials and tribulations. And be very wary of people who claim they have not faced any challenges, because either they have and they're in denial, and that does no one any good, or they're about to, and you want to avoid being caught in the middle. Fourth, I want you to feel fear and do it anyway. If it scares you, it usually means that you are on to something. Leap into your life with excitement and enthusiasm. Step out on faith, even if it means making a mistake. God, the universe, whatever you call your guiding light, offers enough grace to put you right where you need to be. What is worse, not taking the risk, not leaping, living your life with regret? One of my favorite motivational videos is Steve Harvey's Jump, because it lets you know that everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. Fifth, invest in yourself. It is here you will see the greatest returns. Realize that you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Everything you need to be successful is already inside of you. All you have to do is honor your intuition and say no to whomever or whatever does not feel right to you. And for the 6th and final way you can believe bigger, fail early and often. I am inspired by Michael Jordan's iconic words shared in an ESPN interview. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan missed 9,000 shots in regulation play. Imagine how many more shots he missed during practice, perhaps tens of thousands of shots that no one saw. The difference between average people and high achievers is their perception of and response to failure. Failing is inevitable, but using failure as a stepping stone takes guts, persistence, and an unshakable self-confidence, all traits I know each of you possess. Now,
It is now my pleasure to introduce Sean Denton. Sean plans to enroll in the University of East London to pursue a psychology degree and study musical production. At this time, please welcome Mr. Ron Anderson. It is my pleasure to introduce Tamara Payne with a special message for our guests and graduates. A member of the National Honor Society, Tamara ranks number 4 in her class, right behind her twin sister, Tiffany, with a grade point average of 4.54. Tamara and Tiffany do not only share the same birthday, but also the tenacity to be excellent both academically and in extracurricular activities. Tamara is on both the track and cross-country teams with her sister, as well as being a member of the National Honor Society, and Model UN. Tamara is involved in her community by volunteering at the Richmond Park and Madison Public Libraries and the Madison Recreational Center. Together, Tamara and Tiffany have been offered more than $1 million in merit-based scholarships. That makes parents proud. Tamara will be attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Please welcome Tamara Payne.
So the class of 2018 started off with many students, and although over the years the number of students has dwindled, I would like to congratulate my classmates for sticking out through the end. We started off with maybe 125, and now there's like 86 of us. So I want to say congratulations to all of you guys who stuck it through, because I know it's hard. So this graduation is a ceremony in a festive occasion, but also a formal academic event. Therefore, students and their guests are expected to maintain a measure of decorum consistent with this occasion. We ask that you refrain from the calling of nicknames so that when the graduates walk across the stage, they are able to reflect on their accomplishments. So sorry, no nicknames, no pookies, no none of that. So, classmates, when you walk across the stage, I want you to think that this is only the beginning. When you get your diploma, you leave high school, but you enter a new world of possibilities and opportunities. Opportunities that will lead you to the utmost success. Hopefully, when you get out in the world, you remember this day and when you have what you have been through at Southland College Prep Charter High School. As graduates and administration approach the podium to begin the distribution of diplomas, we ask that you please refrain from the distracting applause and other forms of acknowledgments for the individual graduates until all graduates have received diplomas. We ask that you give every single graduate their respect as his or her name is read. Each graduate and their family are deserving of the dignity of hearing their graduate's name called. When the last student walks across the stage, the time for the reflection has passed. Then will begin for time for all of us to celebrate. Then you'll be able to finally get your diploma, and I want everyone to congratulate every single student at the end to make sure everybody feels special in this moment. Making this journey is not easy, so congratulate everyone on this accomplishment, and we appreciate your cooperation in maintaining a dignified ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamara. Dr. Davis, I'm honored at this time to present diplomas to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas, and on behalf of the Board of Education, I certify officially that the class of 2018 is all in. Let us begin.
Selena Acosta, attending Marquette University. Tayshel Adetunji, attending Illinois State University. Darius Kofi Antri Bosiako, attending Eastern Michigan University. Caitlin Lauren Barksdale, attending Oberlin College. Anthony Warren Battles, attending Indiana State University. Amber Destiny Bester, attending Western Kentucky University. Sydney Elise Branch, attending Prairie State College. Akia Elena Caldwell, attending Ball State University. Armani Cameron, attending William Penn University. Caitlin Clemens, attending St. Louis University. Deanna Marie Clerkley, attending McKendree University. Jaya Coffey, attending Texas Southern University. Carl Cedric Kogar Jr., attending Grambling State University. Quentin Andrew Coleman, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Kyle Davis, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Tiana Renee Davis, attending Illinois State University. Victoria Pamela Dean, attending Bradley University. Sydney Ashley Kane DeVos, attending Joliet College. Sean Denton Jr., attending the University of East London. Jordan Emmanuel Dixon, attending Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University. Brittany Ann Downer, attending Bellarmine University. Corinthia Ithiok, attending the University of Missouri at Columbia. Kevin Devon Andre Esther, attending Columbia College, Chicago. Nakia Camille Ferguson, attending Texas Southern University. Reginea Foster, attending Clark Atlanta University. Christopher Kishan Frazier, attending Berry University. Taylor Ariana Gales, attending Robert Morris University. Aaron Gentry, attending the University of Tampa. Paige Gray, attending the University of Missouri at Columbia. Quavon D. Hall, attending Vincennes University. Jamie L. Harris, attending Central State University. Jayla Amari Renee Harris, attending the University of Missouri at Columbia. Ariel Lachey Hayes, attending Morgan State University. Cassidy Essence Hazlett, attending the Savannah College of Art and Design. Lante Hazlett, attending Parkland College. Kara Miracle Haywood, attending Governor State University. Kayla Heads, attending Kentucky State University. Elena Hester, attending New York University. Kenichukwu Ifezwe, attending the University of California, Santa Cruz. Jatrell Irons, attending St. Xavier University. Lauren Janine Jackson, attending the University of Missouri at Columbia. Nia Jackson, attending Columbia College, Chicago. Michael Jones Jr., attending North Carolina A&T State University. Sydney Jones, attending Columbia College, Chicago. Quentin Key, attending Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville. Miyake Lacour, attending the University of Missouri at Columbia. Aaron Leslie, attending the University of Illinois at Chicago. Jordan Lockridge, attending Fisk University. Naisha Destiny Lopez, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Kylie Lowe, attending Tuskegee University. Demetri Lucas, attending Hofstra University. Brandon Jamal Manley, attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Jalen M. Marks, attending Florida A&M University. Taylor Lavette McGee, attending Bellarmine University. John Michael Mensick, attending Vincennes University. Ryan Christopher Miller, attending Benedictine University. Matthew Jonathan Morgan, attending Hofstra University. Deja Winfrey Morris, attending Emory University. Kayla Simone Newsom, attending Mississippi Valley State University. Iberi Milan Ogwo, attending Parkland College. Damola Aziz Olabaraimo, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Oladameji Afis Olabaraimo, attending Northern Illinois University. Timothy Omovier, attending the University of Illinois at Springfield. Christopher Roosevelt Osborne, attending Eastern Illinois University. Lisa Anaya Nicole Owens, attending Vanderbilt University. Tamara T. Payne, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Tiffany T. Payne, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Joshua Phillips, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Jamara Joy Richardson, attending Knox College. James Michael Sims, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Cameron Lyle Stemley, attending the University of Indianapolis. Tanisha G. Stevens, attending Vanderbilt University. Precious Angel LaGrace Sullivan, attending Knox College. Micah K. Swansea Jr., attending the University of Illinois at Chicago. Kevon Charles Taylor. Attending Lincoln College. Rashawn Taylor Jr. Attending Columbia College, Chicago. Michaela V. Thornton, attending Vanderbilt University. Tia Denise Turner, attending DUville College. Megan Vivians, attending the University of Illinois at Chicago. Anthony Watkins, attending Tennessee State University. Francesca Weeks, attending the Art Institute of Chicago. Georgetta Kayla Western, attending Grambling University. Janice C. Williams, attending Illinois State University. Larissa Nichelle Williams, attending Kentucky State University. Malcolm Lloyd Williams, attending Morehouse College. And Carl Williams Jr., attending the University of Louisville.
Dr. Davis, the Board of Education, family, and friends, it is my pleasure to introduce the Southland College Prep Charter High School graduation class of 2018. Graduates, move your tassels from right to left.
Let's take a little bit longer to celebrate. You deserve it. Come on. Well, as I look around, I guess all that I can say is, my, oh my. Not screaming, but parents, let's give them another round of applause. Aren't they magnificent? As I look around the auditorium, we're surrounded by members of the Southland family. Our parents, of course, you're here, but so are community members, administrators, teachers, friends, and of course, you guys, the graduating class of 2018. I dare say, let's try it. Let's give them another round of applause because they deserve it. But Southland, and you've heard me say this many times, and it's true, is a family. So in addition to our graduates that are from 2018, there are over 80 alumni, either in performance mode or simply helping or here to give their support from the classes of 2014 through 2017. It's the Southland way. I guess you think of it simply as coming home. You know, I prepared comments to thank our keynote speaker, Mrs. Hyman, and I can't really use them. This is my 4th year in education. I don't know, God knows how many graduations I've done. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But I really have to say, Ms. Hyman, that you struck me in an entirely different way. And for a lot of different reasons. Number one, she's a fighter. And that's who we are. We would not, you don't know our history, but we wouldn't be here if we were not fighters. And so that is something that we understand. But these students that are sitting here, as much as they fuss about a 9-hour day, one of the big reasons that they're competitive and they're going to do fine is because they know everything that they need to know to journey out. And you mentioned that. But what she also mentioned was some good sense things. You know, we really don't want you to make all the mistakes in the world. Actually, parents, do we want that? No, we really don't want that. And so if you listen to what Ms. Hyman said, listen to your heart, listen to your mind, make good decisions, maybe you pick up the phone. We'd very much like for you to avoid, if you can, some bumps in the road. But you know, I'm realistic, and every life, of course, is different. But I've seen the thunderstorms, and I've seen the lightning, and I've seen all those kinds of things. But probably the parents know me a little bit better than you do, and all I do when that lightning comes and the thunder comes is get in there and dig and fight. Because you know what? The world respects a fighter, and that's what I want you to do. They respect someone that's not going to take anything. So, Mrs. Hyman, you brought us a message, and I'll say something that's probably horrible. Sometimes I'm not really listening, parents, because I've heard it before, and I feel like someone took it off of the internet. You brought us a unique message. You brought us a piece of yourself. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. But something that I must say publicly is the reason why Southland has improved steadily over the years, only 8 years, seems like longer, that we've been open, is because of our teachers. I know that you acknowledge them, but I don't think I've ever told them this publicly. I know that they're passionate, they're committed, they're educators in the true sense of the word. And perhaps they're looking at our graduates here and then those that are alumni, and they're thinking about their futures. But I know one thing to be true, and you know it also, and that is that they have educated these students as well as those who have passed on and graduated to be competitive out there in the world. And that's really what it's all about. So at this point, I want to publicly thank you. I don't know that people understand what it means to go to Columbia or to go to Yale or Princeton, and you're standing there and you're wondering, what if I'm not? What if I'm not enough? But I say to you today, they are, because of these teachers sitting out there. They absolutely are. So let's give them a round of applause. And I do have to thank the administrative staff. You know my name, but you really don't know who the people are that make Southland work. And Dr. Hell, Mrs. Grucius, Mrs. Disney, Mrs. Frazier, Mr. Thomas, Dr. Hamilton, Mr. Stanton. I thank all of them, but a special thanks goes to Mr. Hell. I guess I could say that he makes Southland run like a top, and I am internally grateful to him. So he can't get too much praise, and know that I'm grateful to have you there each and every day. But we're not going to talk about the money, because you know what? We were talking about the $28 million, and we talked about the 102, Mr. Bean, and there's no point in talking about that anymore. I think we're talking about 105, and who knows how much we'll be talking about by the end of the summer. Because parents, what I want you to know as you're sitting out there is we never give up. So we're graduating tonight, and you're sitting on whatever the amount it is, but meanwhile, when we get back to school on Tuesday, we'll be fighting for every dime that's out there, because that's just what we do. So I don't know what that final number is going to be. You say we're at 30? Who knows? So thank you. But, you know, there are dreams out there, and sometimes it takes a dream maker. And we had, and still do, objectives and goals, and our two primary goals really are to make sure that our students are competitive, that they get to go to the schools that they want to, and I think for the most part that's true, and to raise that amount of money that's necessary to take some of the weight off of you. But sometimes dreams need a person. And we met a person who, he's not gonna like this, but you know, that's never made any difference to me, if anybody likes anything, I know. But he is a father of two well-educated, successful sons, but why would you think he would not be? But you know, he has a very objective, analytical mind, and he uses his talents to assist the students and you, our families, to overcome any obstacles. But to me, because I see him probably every day, he has two characteristics that are inconsistent. He has a gentleness and a kindness, and then he has that determination and will. And so together, it's where we are. And I have to really thank and to recognize a man that left the college community. He was at the University of Chicago. He's not trained to be a college counselor. But you know what? When there's a dream, there's always a dream maker. Mr. Ron Anderson, we applaud you. But you do know that sometimes a dream maker needs someone with a different set of skills to complete the dream. So a little later, after we opened, a man came, little younger, came from Chicago. Took him a little while to learn who we are. Extremely intelligent, very smart, and you know, that intrigues me. I love that. Someone with a brilliant mind, and he has that. And so he compliments Mr. Anderson. I can't say that he's the kind, gentle, nurturing, but I can say that he gets it done. And Mr. Lane, wherever you are out there, we're so grateful. But this class continues with our tradition always. Number 1 and 2 go to one of the nation's top 25 schools. In this case, it's no different, Emory and Hofstra. So can we give number 1 and 2, Valerie Torn and Salute, from a round of applause. Parents, you know, you've changed a bit. With the first graduating class, there were parents that came to me and said, Dr. Davis, find a place that I can drive to in the next 2 or 3 hours. They might get a cold, they might, all right. You've changed. So tonight, this class, 2018, is going to school all over the United States. They represent 28 states and 2 foreign countries. How about that? People sometimes ask about the historical black colleges. Well, we have students at Spelman, we have students at Morehouse, Hampton University, and a record 4 students will enroll this year at Howard. So we're always, always thinking about the best place for our students to go. So let's give the historical black colleges a round of applause. We're always looking for the money. Quest Bridge, if you're successful, and it's a long process. But you know, for 5 years, we've never been without a Quest Bridge winner. So this year, obviously, the student that's number 1 of our class is a Quest Bridge scholar. But we've also never been without 2 recipients or more of the Pullman Foundation Scholarship. And so we're happy about that because outside entities are recognizing our students' excellence. Well, I have to go over a lot of things that it's not necessary to say, but there is something that I thought about, and I have to say that it's something I think about every morning when I wake up. And as soon as I wake up, do you know what I think about? I think about a dream called Southland. That's what I think about. I know some of you sitting there and said, that's very corny, or whatever the term is these days. I don't know what the term is, because, you know, I don't know what the term is. But as I'm laying there and I'm thinking and analyzing my day, I'm really thinking about you and the students that are there and the students that are yet to come. It permeates my being. It just defines who I am. And today also I thought about the topic, and that's why it's called A Dream Out There is Waiting for You, and it is. But let me tell you something different, what made me think about that. And yeah, I could do it if I want to. I have to come closer, After our first class, a group of the students came to me and they said, they're working during the summer, because, you know, we hire back. And they said, we're saving our money to go to Italy. And I got an expression on my face. And I said, Italy? And I said, well, who's going with you? And they said, 6 months from graduation, we're going alone. I said, okay. And they also said, we're not going home for Christmas. We plan on traveling in Europe, and we're going first to Italy. And they did. You remember Ian Katuku? He organized the trip, and they did. They went off, and they had an adventure. And so this morning when I was thinking about this, I thought, there was a dream out there, and they found it. But then Ashley sent us a picture. We get all kinds of pictures from you guys. You know, this is the time of technology. But she was standing beside an elephant. And I thought, what in the world? So we asked her and, emailed back, and she said, I'm doing a semester in South Africa. I'm studying with my university, and I'm thinking about where this is going to take me. And you know, Dr. Davis, I'm really thinking I might want to do a master's and a doctorate in history, and perhaps I want to teach. And she did spend her time in South Africa. And then Arana Wen. Now, Arana has gone through a metamorphosis over the years. You know, I always knew that Arana had this intellect and had this ability to do a lot more than she thought she did, and then she woke up and found out that she had it. But she emailed us from China. She did a semester there. She decided to change her major. Now she's doing a double major and is thinking about international studies and business. She has a position offered to her in China. What about that dream? What about that dream? I don't know. But then I just continued to think about where you're going. Most parents don't remember, but our first, nothing like you, but we love him, Senator Durbin. He was our first speaker. What I did not know, do you remember Kennedy Furness? That immediately, before he forgot, because sometimes you have to strike when the iron is hot, that she contacted his office and said, I'm from Southland. I'd like to be a part of Senator Durbin's administration. And he hired her as a student administrative assistant. Okay. I thought that was impressive, but this past presidential election, I did something I've never done in my whole life. Not that I'm not political, I'm not saying that, but I decided to go to the Democrat National Convention, and I was so proud to be there. And I can say publicly, because I'm not encouraging you to do anything, that I was a Hillary supporter. So I'm standing there, Dr. Radner, and looking around, and someone says, Dr. Davis, how are you, with the little voice? And I thought, really? It was Kennedy Furness. She parlayed the relationship with Senator Durbin and became a part of the Clinton campaign. And she was there with full regalia, security, etc. A dream come true. So now she's thinking about, where do I want to go from this? I wouldn't be surprised, and she hasn't said this, but you know, I could visualize her years and years hence. Maybe Senator Durbin better think about this. It could be our Kennedy Furness, I don't know. But you know, there's a family that we're very close to, the Courtangs, and Amy was the first graduate. She's at Yale. She's at Yale. And Amy is constantly writing us because she has this big imagination, she has big dreams, and I want you to have those, and she always wants to do something. And she said, I want to be the student ambassador for Yale and travel the country and tell everyone about what Yale is, and that this is a wonderful place. And she said, I understand it intuitively because I happen to be a minority, so I can explain this in a different way. So she reached back to her English teachers and to Mr. Anderson. They helped her to write, and she is the Yale student ambassador to all the countries throughout the United States. How about it? But I guess that probably wasn't enough for Amy, because her dream really is to be a doctor. It runs, a medical doctor, it runs in her family. So she applied this summer to a program called Doctors Without Borders, and they travel all overseas. I thought that was wonderful. Before I could even get my congratulations out, she was calling saying, you know, there's a program that involves Harvard and 4 other universities. Would it be a horrible thing if I change? Change isn't bad. And so she's going to be involved with this program, but you know, her ultimate dream is Harvard Medical. And so she's thinking about that. A dream out there with her name on it. But when I think of you, I think of all the potential, I think of all the decisions that you're going to make. And, you know, Mrs. Norman, are you standing there? Okay. But when I think about you, I'm hoping that someone mentioned this, maybe Deja, thinking outside the box. I hope you're not just thinking about the usual kinds of things, not just thinking about doctor, lawyer, teacher, etc. I truly believe that you have so many opportunities that you have to take advantage of what it is that you have. But I do want to say to you, and I think you already know this to be true, that Southland is not just a school, it's a family. If you need us, and it doesn't have to be anything big, it can just be answering a question. We're there for you always, and our doors are open. But it does permeate my heart it's a dream called Southland, and you know what, I can just imagine so many things, Mrs. Norman. Yes. So many things.